Hello there. I'm Wendy Johnson, a transformational life coach, and I'm here to talk to you about how to not beat yourself up. If you're like most people, you know your inner critic all too well. It's that voice in your head that belittles you, judges you, criticizes you, and constantly tells you you're not good enough. It says negative, hurtful things that you would never say to your best friend. I'm a phony. I'm a liar. I can never do anything right. I'll never succeed. For many women, being overcritical of ourselves is an old habit and it can be challenging to shift. Ultimately, you feel like you're never enough and you really wish you could fix yourself. You're not alone. I want you to know millions of women every day battle with negative self talk. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to fix yourself. You can create yourself on purpose. So in this video, I'll share 4 steps to stop beating yourself up once and for all. And the first way is to notice the inner critic. There are 2 different voices in our head, the voice that is supporting and encouraging, and the voice that is negative, overpowerful, and critical. And the first step is to listen to that voice and begin to notice if it's empowering or disempowering. And I recommend a good exercise for you is to keep a log for 1 week and to simply write down every time you hear your inner critic voice. And it may say something like, I got in a fight with my spouse. I'm a bad employee. I'm a bad boss. I have no self-control. I'm just not a good mother. Whatever it is, you'll be in a position to stand up to it. And the second step is to separate the inner critic from you. Pay attention and ask powerful questions. Which voice is speaking? What does this voice even sound like? And is this voice even mine? Is this really my authentic self, or is this the inner critical self? And is this the voice of truth? But I want you to know that an inner critical voice, you weren't born with it. It was programmed into you. And by asking these questions, you'll be able to recognize the voices. And you can give the voice a name, like, you old hag, I'm not going to listen to you. Talk back to it. You weren't born with an inner critic. Just remember that. And that's the good news. You learned it from other people in your life, their standards, their criticisms, and expectations. And number 3, step 3, replace the inner critic. So you want to defeat the inner critic by having a strong ally on your side. Grow the inner voice and make it your best friend. So just think about that voice getting bigger and expanding and taking over that inner critic. And how do you do that? You notice the good things about yourself. You might do a lot of smart things, but you zero in on that inner critical voice that calls yourself an idiot because you locked your keys in the car. You zero in, you've had a great day, but you zero in on that one critical piece and you talk yourself down. And you may have heard that as a child, and you've gotten good at talking to yourself that way. You have to make a deliberate effort to say something nice and search for evidence. So you're searching for evidence that you're not an idiot. You do smart things when. So you want to come up with these inner critic voices that you've written down, and you want to counterattack them with powerful voice, the expansive voice, the voice of truth. And you want to be prepared to say those things to yourself. And the 4th step is to empower yourself. Imagine how you can create more positive thoughts. that lead to expansive feelings. Well, how do you do that? By asking yourself, what would my best friend say to me right now to pick me up, to motivate me, to inspire me, to encourage me? What would my mentor say to me? After that, how would I feel after hearing those thoughts? So you want to feel that positive feeling in your body. And then after that, and this is the important step, is the empowerment part of it, but it's to take action. What action would I take for myself today? Maybe you would go take a walk. Maybe you would give yourself a break. You would dance to your favorite song. You have to get out of that negative voice, and you have to do something for yourself, something positive to uplift yourself and support yourself. So, to wrap up today, I shared with you 4 steps to stop beating yourself up once and for all. And the first one is to notice the inner critic. Slow down and pay attention and keep that log of inner critic voices. The second way, separate the inner critic from you. So you want to ask powerful questions and you want to talk back to it. Give it a name. And the third way, replace the critic. Grow the inner supportive voice. And the fourth way is to empower yourself, to search for evidence, feel the feeling, and then take the action to support yourself. There's always a kinder way to talk to yourself, and you don't have to use negative labels and self-destructive mindsets, whether you're talking to yourself or to other people. And to help you further, I have a free guide, The 10 Principles to Design a Life You Love, that will give you clarity and confidence on your dreams and goals. Grab your copy below. I appreciate you being here, for supporting yourself and your growth. Here's to you and your success.